children, how are you? Welcome back to the digital English class. I know you are eagerly waiting for our class. In the previous session, you may have learnt the lesson on the theme of disaster and discussed about the natural calamities and effects on us. And I know that you may have learnt about the different calamities or disasters. Dear student, today we are going to know an important topic on the theme of a havoc of floods. Before that, let us look at the objectives. By the end of this session, you will be able to make an effort to read and comprehend the text individually and collaboratively. Think on the passage you have read. Learn to use the unfamiliar words in real life situations. Generate your own text from the passages. Identify the cause of floods, impact of flooding, and formulate a strategy for the flood affected areas. Respond to the questions posed on the different segments of the reading. Construct a discourse, that is preparation of interview. Children, do you know the different disasters that are tsunami, earthquakes, volcanoes, floods, etc. Now, look at these images of the dangerous and destructive disasters. Here it is a hurricane. The hurricanes are long swirling storms. Now, you are watching a picture, a tornado. It is a narrow, violently rotating column of air. Now, it is a tsunami. It is a series of huge waves caused by earthquakes or under sea volcano eruptions, and it is well known to us. There are floods, mostly they are because of the heavy rains. Here it is a volcano. It is an opening in the earth that allows material warmer than its surroundings. Here we have the different types of natural disasters: tornadoes, hurricanes, earthquakes, volcanoes, floods, tsunamis, winter storms, wildfires, blizzards. Children, now watch the video of flood that happened at Kurnool in 2009. Children, now try to answer these questions. What is the video about? Have you ever faced any disaster in your life? What is the cause of the flood? Is the flood natural or a man-made disaster? How does a flood affect us? What relief measures do you suggest for the flood victims? Okay children, shall we learn an interesting lesson, the theme of a havoc on flood. It is a real incident that happened in 2009 at Kurnool district. Now children, open your textbook page 89 and read the paragraphs individually. Children, when you read the passage individually, follow the instructions. Read the text silently. Put a tick mark for the lines you understood. Put a cross mark for the lines you did not understand. Put a star mark for the lines you liked the most. You can underline the words that you do not know their meanings. You may use the glossary or refer to a dictionary. Here we have some glossary. Now, the first word dwelling, it means living, residing. The synonyms are accommodation, residence, and it is an adjective. Here is an example of the sentence. The old house serves as a dwelling for Raju. The next word rescue, it means save from danger. The synonyms are protect, retain. Here antonyms of rescue are harm, hurt, injure, ignore. The other forms of the word rescue are rescues, rescued, rescuing. The next word engulf, it means flow over. The synonyms are immerse, inundate. Antonyms drain. The other forms of engulf is engulfs, engulfed, engulfing, engulfment. Next, flimsy, it means weak. The synonyms are feeble, preserve. Antonyms are strong, sturdy. Here example of the sentence, he has a flimsy structure. The next word enormous, it means extremely large. The synonyms are huge, massive. The antonyms are small, insignificant. Other forms of the word enormous, enormously, enormousness. Next word gloomy, it means sad. The synonyms are dull, dreary, dejected. Antonyms are bright, happy. The other forms of the word gloomy are glooms, gloomed, gloomy. Here we have some other vocabulary. Heartrending, it means causing grief. Bear the burnt, it means to receive the worst effect of bad situation. Pathetic flight, a pitiful, difficult and a sad situation. Inundate, it means cover with water. Breach, it means to make a hole or an opening. Rejuvenate, look more lively again. Shock, it means hurt. Children, now you start reading individually. After reading individually, you sit together in groups and discuss about the text. Okay, you may have completed your reading. Now you sit together and discuss among yourselves about the topic. Okay, while reading the text, take turns and share ideas with your friends, and share only one point at a time. If you have any doubts regarding the text or any meaning, you can consult a dictionary, or you can take the help of your friends or a teacher. You may go point by point then you can understand. Even though if you do not know the meaning of particular word, you may consult your teacher. Okay, children, you may have understood the topic of the content. Now, you express your ideas in groups.
The lesson deals effects of floods, how the district of Karnool swept out in floods. Thousands of people became homeless, thousands of cattle died, hundreds of acres of crops damaged. There was a pathetic plight, so we should give moral support towards the victims. This lesson tells us how the floods are effect on us. We come to know that it affects on our economics, environment, and persons. We lost everything like properties, houses, buildings, and our cattle, and we also lost our crops. The lesson also tells us the need of the help to the victims as they are badly in need of food, water, clothes, and shelter. It is our duty to help the victims, and it is our responsibility to help the sufferers. Help always, take gratitude.
Okay, children, now let us know the main points of the lesson. Karnool is a district with rock soil in Andhra Pradesh in the Krishna river basin, is known as the land of rocky temples. Thousands of tourists from various parts of the country travel through the city on their way to tourist spots. The people of the city welcome the tourists in a warm welcome. Every morning is colorful for them, but on 29th of September 2009, no tourist visited the city from any part of the country. On 27th September 2009, the city had a heavy rainfall. The people had to spend a damp, cold and cloudy day. The people of the city reached their dwelling places at their early hours, hoping a bright morning the next day. The rain continued throughout the night. The people of Karnool had to welcome river waters in gloomy colors to the street instead of the buses full of tourists. At 10 a.m., the Central Water Commission forecast that the inflows to the Srisailam Dam would go up to an enormous level, the highest level in its history, that is 20 lakh cuses of water. By the noon of the day, the flood water reached the first story of several buildings. There were heart-rending scenes of people frantically seeking assistance to rescue them. The government did not have sufficient number of boats and men to help them, so it was forced to seek the help of the army. The floods inundated about 60 villages all over the district, and about 40,000 people had taken shelter in the rooftops. The pathetic was that the people of the villages hurried to the safer places for their lives, leaving everything they had: houses, properties, lands and cattle. The grief-struck people stood aghast at the paddy fields, which were about to reap, engulfed by the massive floods. Much of the misery was caused by the Tungabhadra and the Handri Neva rivers, tributaries of the Krishna. The government sent relief teams as early as possible to distribute the emergency relief supplies like food, drinking water and clothing among the flood survivors. No sooner had the relief teams arrived there than their joy knew no bound. A sigh of relief rejuvenated their faces. Disaster Management Response Force from Tamil Nadu sent a transport aircraft, 30 inflatable boats and an equal number of fiberglass boats. One of the victims of the floods, Rajeshwari, expressed her experiences and received help for the rescue team. Help always pays gratitude. Children, I hope you have listened the text carefully. Now, I am going to ask some questions to test on your comprehension. Are the floods natural or a man-made disaster? What causes the floods? What time of year do most floods occur? How does a flood affect us? Which of the scene in the text has moved you the most? What inspiration can you get from the last two paragraphs of the lesson? Who involved in flood rescue operation?
Continuous heavy rainfall is called the flood.
Usually we have rainy season during the months June to October. If in this season if we have heavy rainfall, the floods occur. Sometimes cyclones causes floods.
The floods affects on the economic, environment and people. During the floods, roads, bridges, farms, houses are damaged, destroyed, and loss of crops. Women who struggle in the floods have to stay on the roadside without watching tents for 2 days without food to eat and water to drink. The scene in the text has moved me to the most.
Victims have to rescue the people of floods. This is our duty. They don't get the food, water and shelter, so we should help them.
The government relief camp, Indian Air Force Disaster Management Responsive Force, private donors, local rescue team involved in the rescue mission.
Children, now I am going to give a task based on the lesson. In the reading passage, one of the victims of the flood, a woman shared her feelings with the flood relief team. On the basis of this, develop an interview by a newspaper. Here is an example of interview presented in the classroom.
Could you tell me what had happened?
Yes, of course. On 27th September, we had a heavy rainfall throughout the day and night.
What happened then?
All the rainwater came into our huts.
What did you do then?
I came out along with my 4 children to protect ourselves.
Oh, where did you take shelter?
We spent on the top of other building.
How long did you stay there?
We spent for 2 days.
Did you get any food and water there?
No, without any food and water, we have spent for 2 days.
Who helped you?
The government relief team came to us and rescued us.
Have you got any support from our government?
Yes, we have received food, water and clothes.
Did anyone help you other than the government?
As private donors built a shed for us.
Thank you for giving your interview.
Help always, pay gratitude.
Children, today you have learnt about floods and its effect on us. Hope you enjoyed this class. We will meet again in the next class. Thank you children. Have a nice day.
డిజిటల్ తరగతులకు ఉపాధ్యాయులు విద్యార్థులకు స్వాగతం. మనం భూమిపై నివసిస్తున్నాం. మనం అంటే మానవులు.